Good. Good morning, everybody. Cowboy Bob here with a real quick tips and tricks. Having lived here for 10 years, we've got a handful of fence posts that are starting to rot, and not a big deal, though it can be a lot of work. Here's one in particular that has broken off or rotted right at the ground. Those tend to be a little more problematic, and we will show you a little way to remove that, I hope, on phase 2. But come over here, Miss Kim, and I want to show you something. So one of the issues when you have a wooden fence post and you got horse fence, this 2x4 no climb, is it needs to be affixed to the post with a lot of staples. Excuse me. And being the male gender like we are, more staples are better. But when it comes time to removing the post or replacing the post, you've got to come back and remove all these staples to be able to get the fence unattached, so you have a halfway chance of possibly using the fence over or the fencing material over. So I want to show you a quick way that I found that works to get this done, though it's not probably the appropriate way. It certainly works. So let me get a couple tools here real quick. All right, so safety first. So you got to have the safety glasses. And the traditional way that I did for a long time was to try to get something pointy to get behind these staples and be able to remove them so I could get the fence off. And that was a lot of work. Hammer something pointy like a screwdriver, and pounding like this was just a lot of work. So my next thought was, well, bigger hammer might make it work a little easier. So I would come down here, use my little pointy thing. You've got probably 15 or 20 of these to do for each post to get off. So that didn't work. So I said, well, I'm going to go to the hardware and get me a specialized tool that might work a little better. So you notice that this is kind of a little pointy nail puller. The idea on that was to be able to pound this around the staple and to be able to pull it out. And you can do that, and it works a fair amount of the time, not all the time, but you can see the amount of work that is. So what I ended up doing is I was thinking, what if I was able just to cut those off with my little grinder? So I've got a cordless DeWalt grinder here with a metal cutoff blade, and usually it works. Works usually pretty good. Hang on a minute. Come on, cutoff blade. Might want to pause it. Haha, there we go. Power, we love power tools. So what I found was, and the idea is here to leave enough of the space on the end that you can loop it back around once you cut that off. And so what I found, and I've done this multiple times, and I'll show you one here. Here we go. There's one done. Okay, I'll just move that out of the way for a minute. 2 done. 3 done. 4 done. 5 done. 6 done. And hopefully you can see this is starting to come undone. And if I was doing that the way that I showed you earlier, I'd still probably be up here on maybe the first or the second staple. And the beauty about this is I'm going to be able to come back and staple over the knots and then bend the long end over to keep it safe. So just a couple more here. So we're going pretty good here. And there's one more way down here. and we're down to the dirt, and I'll unplug it, or I'll untie it from the dirt. So that's worked really good. And you'll see that there's enough room here left to get it back on the new post and staple it around. So Bob's tips and tricks. We'll show you more of this fence post repair in a different phase. Thank you. Talk to you later.